guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. It's the final day of this amazing journey here at the Toyota headquarters for that HQ Confidential, and we're going out with a big, huge bang because guess what? You've been waiting a very long time for it. Lexus is here to deliver. This is the all-new 2022 NX. But before we dive into this compact luxury SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. Lexus. They've been around since 1989, if you could believe that. That premium brand from Toyota. Over the years, the landscape has changed, definitely since 1989, with what types of vehicles are popular, what's really selling, and of course, in the 21st century, it's all about SUVs. Now, what's interesting is that Lexus wants to pluck a page from their own history and kind of rewrite it. They were the first to really make a luxury SUV with that RX model in their lineup, which still exists, but now they're taking the NX, they're doing some of that amazing magic, and they're really gonna bring it to the forefront in the compact class. Now, there's a lot of competition, obviously, a lot of different trims, a lot of different pricing that's yet to be released and announced, but what we're gonna do is I wanna find out, has Lexus moved in the right direction with this NX, and are they going to be the ones to go after rather than going to one of those competitors? So let's go ahead, let's find out with this 2022 NX. Right off the bat, the styling, you're going to see a progression. What I think is super smart, it's more of an evolution rather than a revolution. So starting up at the front of the business, you're going to get that tri-beam LED headlight setup. I like the direction that they went in with the daytime running lamp. That signature style daytime running lamp, instead of it being on the lower end of the headlight housing or even in the front fascia, they brought it to the top part. And I think that that really sets it apart and gives it, like I said, you're not gonna confuse this Lexus with any of the other brands. Working our way down, you do have some gloss black, but the great news is on this particular trim, you're gonna have that nice style design. On the lower end, you have your fog lamps. A lot of manufacturers are moving away from fog lamps, so it's nice to have that style there. And remember, you could get that F-Sport trim like we have here to give you that kind of combination of the utility of an SUV, the luxury of a Lexus, but also that overall sporty experience. Now, as we come across the front spindle grille, things have changed up a little bit here. Nicely done. The way it cascades down, of course, on this particular trim, you're gonna have a forward-facing camera, still looking sharp, still looking crisp, that Lexus badge right there in the center. And then as we drop down with this gloss black, you are gonna have a nice large opening that gives it an aggressive look. And I think that's the smart thing to do, is to move away from these soft rounded shapes, really give it some edge. And I think this NX is really checking off those boxes. The silver along the bottom, nice flat, going from one side to the other, extends out just enough, but really you could see the connection to the previous NX, but where they're going with their future design. Now, when you get up onto the hood, I'm liking what I see. You're gonna have some nice slight body lines that just rise up out of this front section, and everything is gonna coast right towards the A-pillars. It's not a busy design. You know, you may see the grille and you're like, wow, that kind of looks a little busy. The more you look at it, it's like each of the little bends, the extensions, they all kind of add into the big picture. Now, as we come around the bend, like I said, this being an F-Sport brand of the trim with this NX, you're gonna have this nice multi-spoke wheel, gloss black, like the style, especially with our particular color here. And if you're wondering, you're like, Joe, what's the size of that wheel? That's a 20-inch wheel, and if you're wondering, well, what's the size of the tire? You're looking at 235 on the width, nice meaty 50 series sidewall. Going with a 50 series sidewall, I know a lot of people want to see those rubber bands around their wheels. If you want a comfortable ride and you want to enjoy going down the highway long distance, a 50 series sidewall is going to give you that smoother ride. Now, when you go F-Sport, what I love is that they went ahead and painted around the fender opening. So instead of having flat black, which some of the other trims have, going with that F-Sport, you're going to have that nice painted design, makes it all unison. Of course, you got to have that F-Sport badge. So much behind the letter F when we talk about Lexus, especially when we look at performance, and we, of course, look at style, and then that luxury that wait until we get to the interior is going to blow your mind. Some gloss black on the mirror caps matches nicely with what we found on the front of the vehicle. Just a little bit of chrome trim, nothing too flashy. super small on those LED turn signals built in. Liking the way that they did the bright shiny metalwork, bottom and top. And on the F Sport trim, you're gonna get these nice low roof rails that are gloss black. Ties in, mirror caps, the front of the vehicle. Look at the door handles. And that's another thing. This is new for 2022. They're actually fixed. You're gonna actually reach in, hit the button, and then the door will open. But we'll get more to that once we get to the interior. Styling, check it out. The way they put this nice body line coming off the fender into those door handles, and then I'm really liking this area right here, the way it kind of curves up and then disappears into that rear quarter window. Looking sharp. I think the side silhouette really keeps to a nice overall sporty feel, but definitely is going to give you that headroom that you want for you and your passengers as you're going down the road. Now coming around the back, short stubby roof spoiler. It does extend off pretty far, but I wish it just came out a little further. And this rear wiper, this is where I'm going to have to zonk this. They should have tucked it in underneath and kind of had it sweep down, but other than that, having that color match shark fin antenna, those roof rails, and then where they really just hit the nail on the head is the rear lighting. Just like up front, having that lighting, full LED, love the signature style to it, especially this top portion that goes from one side to the other. And then guess what? New for this NX, and this is an NX 350. Look at what they did. They took away the Lexus badge. They put the nice script. This is that signature driving experience that they're blending in, not only with the style, but with the overall driving of the vehicle. Now, as we drop down, super clean. The bumper doesn't extend far out, which I think is smart. That NX 350 badge, all-wheel drive. We're going to talk about engines in a second. And then to wrap it off, we have this nice rear simulated diffuser area, flat black with some of that silver just like we found up front. But you know what? Let's go ahead, let's pop the hood of our NX 350 and see what's powering. All right guys, we got the hood popped. And if you're wondering, Joe, why do you have these things on your shoes? Listen, we're in a special undisclosed location here at headquarters, and this is the required attire for us to bring it to you. So that's where we're at, but we got the hood popped. You do have the hydraulic hood struts. Underneath that hood, guess what? We actually have a new engine choice for 2022, plus a plethora of other things. I'm gonna touch on them very briefly for this review. Obviously, expect more in-depth reviews as we are invited to that Lexus media event with the NX. So what are we talking about under the hood of this NX 350? You're looking at a 2.4 liter inline-4 turbocharged engine, 275 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. So if you don't like CVTs, you're definitely gonna like the gearbox in this particular example. And like I said, when it comes to overall performance, because it's not just about luxury, we do want to get up and go and get to where we want to be, 0 to 60 in 6.8 seconds. Now, some other options are going to be an NX 350H, which takes the naturally aspirated 2.5 liter inline 4 with 2 electric motors. That's going to be 0 to 60 in 7.2 seconds. And then you're going to have this new all model, the top dog, the NX 450H, which is a plug-in electric hybrid. You're looking at a 36-mile pure EV range on that particular vehicle, 302 horsepower, and 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. So it's very, very smart. I think it's super smart for Lexus to have this flexibility in their lineup of engines and trims to really fit many different things. But you know what? If you think that this is the big thing for this new NX, just wait, let's get to the interior and see what's all new on our NX 350. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 NX 350. Here's really where it all comes together. Now, I know you're at that point where we talk about pricing. Pricing has not been released yet, but expect it to be very, very competitive. And you know what? They're really upping the ante. But let's see what you're gonna get for your money. Let's go to the door panels. Guess what? All new style. You're gonna have that multi-speaker Mark Levinson sound system. Has been really fine-tuned like a violin for this new NX. I love the trim in our F Sport, and nobody does two-tone leather interiors better than Lexus. That nice cherry red, the contrast stitching, soft touch material, no gloss black on the door handles. And I'm gonna show you, did you see that silver part there? That's actually the thing you're gonna push to open up the door. We'll talk more about that when you get to the business end. Door pocket is a little tight, so maybe just 2 Pop-Tarts you're gonna be able to fit in there. Now, when you go from the door panel to the dash, soft touch material, a little bit of gloss black on the AC vents, but not a big deal. But come on in, feast your eyes on this. We have finally the all new infotainment system from Lexus. That's a 14-inch system. Standard will be 9.8-inch. This is 14-inch. Navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all the different features that you want. And guess what? It's wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Very simple to use. We're gonna do a more in-depth review of just all the different things that you can do with this new multimedia system. You got your AC controls are gonna run along the bottom. You have your physical volume knob and physical AC control knobs, but everything else is gonna go through the infotainment system. And the best thing is, it actually goes with you. So let's say that you get another Lexus down the road, this information, all your presets, all your favorite music, all that kind of stuff will go with you, which is really awesome. You have that start stop button up here, nice bright silver, a little bit of flat black. We got our front camera view, which is nice. Look, our 360, we're here in this undisclosed area. Nice quality, they really upped the game, and I like the way it fills up that whole 14 inches. Little bit of gloss black. You got your mode selector knob here, Sport, Eco, the different modes, Sport Plus, wireless charging, little tiny cubby maybe for some Jolly Ranchers, a USB-C, USB, 2 cup holders, and this is gonna control your 8-speed automatic, just like in the LC500, the fine touches, just a little bit of gloss black, and then of course your key fob. Now you can use your phone, digital key, to get in, drive it, and you don't even need to have your key fob on you as long as you have your phone. Nice soft touch material. Of course, this is gonna open up. You could easily put 2 softballs in there, and then the seats, like I said, 2-tone material, the F Sport badge, the black with the red on the sides, the bolstering, very comfortable, and you're looking at full electric for the passenger, driver, panoramic sunroof, tons of headroom in here, and that 14-inch screen is mind-blowing, and they added a digital rear view mirror. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this new NX. All right, guys, so like I was saying, fixed door handles. You're actually not going to pull on the door handle. You're just going to push the button right behind, pops open. I'm going to climb on in, but I want to showcase this door panel a little bit more. This is where you're going to actually push to open up the door. Now, there is an emergency feature. You could still open up your door in case the battery's dead or whatever the case may be. So you do still have manual control. It's not just full electric. We have our 3 memory seat settings. Love this trim that they did. Very, very tasteful. And I like the way that they went with the flat black rather than gloss black. Coming on in, look at the footbox area. We have our F Sport badge on the sill. They do a wonderful footbox. Nice and large, the dead pedal, brake pedal, and throttle with the aluminum touches. Your seat controls that are so easy to get to, lower lumbar and all that support. Like I said, plenty of headroom in this new NX. And if you're wondering, are there any other new safety features? Well, of course, you're gonna get that Lexus safety, that 3.0 Plus. There's actually a nice feature for when you're opening up the door, especially in the city. It'll keep the door locked. If there's a bicyclist or a car that's coming down the side, it'll alert you, and then the door can open. So nice little features like that. Steering wheel, they did a great job. The thickness is perfect. That red contrast stitching, look at the F Sport badge, super clean. Even the way they did the simulated stitching on the horn button just elevates the whole thing. You do have paddles, nice large size on the back of the steering wheel to go up and down that 8-speed automatic. We got a 10-inch head-up display, and then we have that beautiful digital gauge cluster there. Look at how clear it is, the graphics, the fonts, the whole 9 yards with all the different settings. When you go into your different modes, that's gonna change up, but you know what? Let's get to probably where it's really important for those passengers. Let's check out the back seat and see how happy they're gonna be in the new NX. All right, guys, backseat time in this new NX, and what's amazing is with the sexy shape, that nice roof line, you're still gonna get plenty of headroom back here, even with the panoramic sunroof, and you can see just how far the glass goes back. I feel like with some manufacturers, they kind of cut the glass short and you don't get the full effect when you're sitting in the back seat, but you are getting it here. Love the 2-tone, just like up front, how it comes around the back, large pockets, and then of course you're gonna get your 2 AC vents, heated seats, and all the connectivity that you need. 12-volt, 2 USB-Cs down on the bottom, And then when it comes to overall legroom, remember, I'm 6 feet tall, feeling good. I love the way the seats kind of tilt back a little bit. And then of course you're gonna get a nice soft armrest, 2 cup holders, and that 2-tone leather. Let's go ahead, let's get to the cargo area and see what we could haul in this new NX. All right guys, tail end of the business, one of the most important parts when you're looking at an SUV is what can we haul? The good news is with the electric assist, they listen to their customers. Lexus really listened to their customers, fine-tuning this whole NX and actually allowed that liftgate to rise a little quicker. When you see what we're working with here, nice width, perfect height to really make this compact luxury SUV be more versatile than it was in the past. And I think the overall dimensions are not only going to help for the stuff that you haul, the people that you carry with you, but also the whole driving experience. They do have nice buttons located easily on the passenger side to put those seats down. But like I said, stay tuned. We are going to be bringing you way more of the full NX lineup. I definitely want to take a second and thank everybody with Lexus and Toyota for allowing us to come out to this event and really experience the exciting things that they are bringing to the table. Is this that compact luxury SUV that you have been dreaming of? I'm telling you right now, wait until these hit dealerships because that 14-inch infotainment system screen, it's gonna blow your mind. But if you wanna keep seeing these new releases where they actually take us in locations, we had to be blindfolded and spun 20 times in a circle before we were allowed to see the NX. If you want to keep seeing these special things, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. If you want to help us keep bringing great content just for you, just like this, click the first link, become a Raiti's Rides Patreon member. Click the second link, get yourself some Raiti's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the queen of the camera. She is working hard like a champ. We've been here for a few days and we're getting all that content. So give Lori some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.